Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan, and today I'm reviewing a film titled. So yes folks, it's another Sherlock Holmes film I'm reviewing this time around, but might as well since I do like the genre. Oh yeah, I know detective film I'm talking about folks. Might as well since I did review quite a bit of these movies in the past anyway. So anyway folks, as usual, I do have to talk about the plot of this movie because that's what I do, talk about stories and whatnot. So anyway, as usual, let's just begin, shall we? So when a certain woman is found dead with her throat cut, the villagers blame a supernatural monster, of course. But Sherlock Holmes, whom gets drawn into the case, must do something about this, of course, but he thinks there's a human murderer involved in all this, and but of course has to follow the clues and whatnot. So it's something that he must do, of course. And let's just say that Sherlock Holmes and Watson are these two type of characters. They must definitely solve the clues and solve the case of what's going on exactly. It's something they must do, obviously, because you say it's about the job. It sure is, folks. But the thing is, we get to see them at first that these two characters, Sherlock Holmes and Watson, are in Canada attending a conference on a caught when someone receives a message that his wife has been murdered in a small village somewhere. So of course Sherlock Holmes and Watson are about to return to England um, when Sherlock Holmes received a telegram issuing before her death, asking for help as she fears for her life. So, of course, our main character and his friend do decide to investigate her death because something here does not seem right at all. Something seems pretty suspicious. So, yes, this time around, folks, we get to see that Sherlock Holmes and his friend are listening to an expert talk about cards and so forth and so on. Stuff like that. But of course, we get to see within short moments they are thrust into a mystery of a woman's death, supposedly by the hands of a ghost. So of course, they must travel to town, and of course, within this area where the conference was being held and whatnot. So let's just say that Sherlock Holmes seems to be the type of individual that must, investigate, of course, and talk about some details. Something must be done about this. There is something definitely weird going on. What caused a woman's death exactly? So, of course, the mystery itself is not going to be spoiled immediately, of course. I guess you do have to build up to the conclusion, obviously, and that's what this movie does, of course. And yeah, it's definitely something I would recommend if you're definitely a Sherlock Holmes fan. And this definitely screams the tone of these types of movies you might expect. So it's definitely something I might recommend to anybody, really. But if you're a fan of this kind of stuff, definitely give this one a shot, folks. No pun intended. But yeah, it's just it might be cheaply made, sure, but it's something that's not horrible. It's actually pretty good. An overall pretty good film, folks. I liked it. The acting isn't too bad. And the actor who plays Sherlock Holmes seems to be really comfortable with the role, and you can obviously tell he seems to be enjoying himself playing as a character. So the acting, especially the lead, is really nice here. And since this is on my to-do list, yes, this damn book, this damn notebook, folks, seems to be never ending. But like I said, since it's on here, I'm gonna scratch it out. Okay, let me see here. Well, that's one less movie to review, folks. Yeah, I do like to review these type of movies. And there's quite a bit of them on here, folks, on my to-do list. So anyway, of course, I'll be mostly reviewing these kinds of movies from the past. Yes, that's what I review. Lots of old movies to begin with. That's gonna be a lot in this channel, folks. Lots of old movies. Oh yeah, I've did watch quite a bit, folks. That's for sure. So anyway, as I was saying, I did like the dialogue. The dialogue here was pretty solid in here, and it was nicely delivered by the actors and actresses in this picture. So yeah, a pretty good detective type movie. And if this is your kind of if this is your cup of tea, definitely give it a shot. That's for damn sure, folks. So I guess my final thoughts on this movie would be that I did like the pacing. It never felt like it was dragging on too long or anything. It got to the point. I mean, yes, it's pretty short. It's not the movie's not that long, really. It really isn't. But not just that. It's also the way it was written as well that made it fairly short. That made it feel like the pacing really was. The pacing was really good here, folks. I did appreciate that. Did like the editing. Did like the way it was shot and the way it was filmed. All of which really works pretty well in here, folks. Despite the fact that it's really cheaply made. So work with what you got. I guess you can say. So anyway, folks, I'll give this film an overall rating of a 7.2 out of 10. I get a 7.2 out of 10 for me. As always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.